Hello, good evening and welcome to Joy News Prime live from our studio here in Kokomlemle, Accra, live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. This is the Joy News Prime coming up tonight. The Ghana's finance minister concedes hardship imposed on Ghanaians by the economic crisis, expressing his sympathy as he tells Parliament in this media budget review government will live within its means despite imminent general elections. Details would also take you to Parliament, where NDC minority have been reacting to the budget statement, calling it a government that does not inspire hope. Now, also coming up, President Akufo-Addo assures his administration is working tirelessly to address the housing needs of all security services in the country as he commissions 3,200 housing units in Accra today. Now, also, we'll tell you, we heard from Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, who welcomed the gesture from the President, adding that the move will inspire his men to protect Ghana before, during, and after the upcoming elections.
We'll continue to be said to be a trailblazer for the rest of Africa.
We'll continue to work tirelessly.
Are independent, fearless, and credible. Thanks for choosing us. Please stay. Let's start from Parliament, where it was cancelled in 2021 under various very controversial circumstances. But road tolls are set to be reintroduced in 2025. This is according to Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, who presented a mid-year budget review to Parliament. Now, the minister admitted the last 2 years have been difficult, but said things have improved in the last year. But the minority, in a sharp rebuttal, say the government is bereft of new ideas. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante has more in his report.
Speaker, the last 2 years have been extremely challenging globally, and Ghana has not been an exception. The difficult economic environment has truly affected businesses and families, particularly the vulnerable in our society. These challenges have severely affected households, increased cost of living, and limited the creation of job opportunities. Our young people continue to seek employment opportunities beyond what the state can provide. Mr. Speaker, it has indeed been a difficult time, and I deeply empathize with our fellow Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, over the last 2 years, government has embarked on a number of decisive measures to get us back on the path of fiscal consolidation, economic stability, and growth. And I'm happy to note that these policies we have implemented are yielding the expected results. Growth continues to exceed our expectations. The 4.7% growth rate reported by the Ghana Statistical Service for the first quarter 2024 exceeds the 3.1% recorded in the same period in 2023. Inflation is declining. End June inflation rate of 22.8%, a reduction of 31 percentage points from the December 2022, which confirms the target of 15% by end 2024 is possible. Exchange rate has largely stabilized compared to December 2022, despite the recent pressures. The 18.6% depreciation rate to the US dollar as of June 2024 represents an improvement over the 22% recorded for the same period last year. And gross international reserves reached 3.1 months of import cover as at end June 2024, against 2.5 months of import cover in the same period last year.
So that was what happened in Parliament. Let's bring in the traders to understand what they do make of this. And joining us via Zoom is the president of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng. Doc, I'm grateful to you for joining. I mean, did this media budget review meet your expectations as traders?
The media budget reviews have not tackled the major issues of the substantive budget for that year.
Okay.
And so normally it had been that either for supplementary or just revision of some of the figures. So actually, I was not expecting anything much based on the previous experiences.
Okay.
But the finance minister sought to report on the state of the economy and then highlight some of the achievements that they've done. And that is a good effort, though. We wanted to know the measures that they will bring to in place to sustain these gains that they are talking about. And it's very important that we are able to sustain the stability and even bring it further down the exchange rate, and then the inflation, also any measure that we will do to bring it down. These were the things that I actually wanted to hear, to know how we do that. But seriously, he also talked about how he's going to spend within his limit. And that will also help sustain the stability. Because if you overspend, then it throws the economy out of proportion. The injection of funds to support SME growth is a welcome news, and it's in a good state. But it should be targeted to more productive areas like exports and then manufacturing, especially this time that we want to stabilize the economy and we want to ensure self-sufficiency and then enhance on productivity. So it's very important that we target these funds that they have injected into the to support the SME growth and opportunity.
Okay.
And so for this, I would say at least there have been an effort to help revitalize the economy.
He said the economy is recovering. Do you feel that as a trader?
No. So far as there were figures to show that some achievements have been made, but to the fact that it's trickling to us, as I've told you, the taxes that have been put on us still remain. The status quo remain. Because we still have the taxes to contend with. Cost of doing business is still very high. And so for that matter, I cannot say that directly it has impacted on the business community until we have been able to prune down some of these taxes so that cost of doing business is actually lessened to have impact on the consuming public as well as the trading community. Okay. That's where we will feel we have the actual feel. Yeah.
Doc, I'm grateful to you for joining us this evening. Let me cross over to an economist. Professor Godfred Bokping is with us via Zoom. Prof, so if you listen to the finance minister, all that he listed in terms of what the indicators that tells the government that the economy is recovering, from where you sit, do you really feel that indeed the Ghanaian economy is picking up from where we were?
Well, thank you very much and good evening. Yes, I mean, we knew this already, actually. We knew that relative stability is coming in. If you look at the macro numbers, inflation has trended downwards, but of course, it's been hovering around 22, 23, thereabouts. Of course, not much gain has been made in terms of the exchange rates, right? So even when the IMF program was approved, given the honeymoon effect, we saw how the stability happened, but we didn't see a lot of recovery of lost value, that much actually. And then look, if you look at it from the beginning of the year to date, if your currency has lost almost 18% of its value against the dollar, you can't really say that is stability. Right? You can't say that is stability.
Interesting. So there's more. Okay, yeah, let me hear you.
Yeah, then if you look at interest rates, this recovery has not impacted positively interest rate. Okay, if you look at where the Ghana reference rate is, in fact, even if you look at where the policy rate is, the last NPC meeting, they were uncomfortable to reduce the policy. It tells you that, yes, we are not too certain about the sustainability of the recovery and all of that. But the most important thing is to look at it that in our history as a country, this is one of the most expensive and pricey recovery we have witnessed in our history.
Okay. All right, Prof. I'm grateful to you for having time to join us tonight. And away from that, let's take you to the north, where MPP chairman for Binduri in the Upper East region, Samuel Ayago Atuba, has been reportedly attacked and his car bent to ashes by some unknown gunmen at his residence. Now, the reason behind the attack is yet to be known, but security agencies are tightening up measures to track down the perpetrators as the situation raised tension in the area. We can listen to the chairman narrate what really happened.
Told me one man, he was holding a gallon. He moved straight with the gun to the car. While it was raining, he was knocking the windscreen, but it's open. And he poured the gallon, the liquid inside, going to the petrol inside the car and set it ablaze. So when he did that, they asked him to lie down. They were lying down while they were firing the guns. So we were also inside. We were firing now until we called, no, it was raining. So people couldn't come. But later security arrived. I called my MP. I called the DC was not going through. And the MP also called the security. They both police and military arrived here. Then they had already dispersed. They had already run away. That was all what we saw. Thank you very much. They saw that there were four motor bags. They were in masks, wearing long coats.
So let's bring in our Upper East regional correspondent, Albert, for more details. Albert, so what is the situation in the area in the wake of what happened to the chairman?
Well, for many people, this is a bit surprising because, Binduri is in the Boko enclave. It's actually one of the neighboring districts to the Boko municipality. And in the past, we've had a few incidents there that were signs of the spillover of the Boko conflict. We do not know if it's the same, but the area has been calm for a very long time. We haven't really witnessed issues in Boko for some months now. So a lot of people are surprised by what has happened, especially in this case when it looked like it was a politically motivated attack, because the car that was bent is a party-branded vehicle which was attacked. So people are concerned that, we are getting into the election and this is happening.
We are aware there was a high-powered security meeting today. What do we know of the outcome? So
the regional minister led some members of the REXTEC, including the regional police commander, to the area this afternoon. And they've basically been trying to assure the people that some measures will be taken. In fact, the regional minister has said that in the next 48 hours, he is hopeful that the perpetrators of this incident will be found out and actually arrested. They've basically also been asking the residents to remain calm and then give them whatever information that they can to help with the police investigation. So basically, this is what has been happening with the area.
Okay. And you've been speaking to some of the people who were in this particular meeting.
Yeah, so they basically just addressed the people. So apart from the regional minister, we also had the regional police commander who spoke to the residents. He has also been assuring them that the police, doesn't take what has happened lightly. And these incidents only go to sort of complicate the issues around the Boko enclave. In recent times, they've actually tried to relax the curfew because it had been calm, only for this to be happening. And so they're basically assuring the people that they will do everything within their power to first identify these perpetrators and deal with them, and also to assure the people of their security so that, we don't witness a repetition of this. One of the things they've also been telling the people, as I said earlier, is to volunteer information to them so that it will help them.
All right. Now, grateful to you. Albesor is our regional correspondent for the Upper East region. Now, let's talk about education, because the Deputy Minister of Education is not happy that teachers boycotted his speech at their general annual meeting due to the ministry's failure to deliver, the teachers' remaining laptops promised to them. Professor Kingsley Nyako said if the teachers had been patient enough to hear him speak, he would have given them, when these laptops would be delivered. But the teachers, upset about the delay, walked out of the meeting even before the minister could deliver the message he had from his boss. Let's go for what happened. Emmanuel Bright Kweku was at this meeting, and he's been giving us exactly what transpired.
Some teachers and members of the National Council of the Ghana National Association of Teachers booing the Deputy Minister for Education, Professor Kingsley Nyako, at their annual National Council meeting in Kumasi. They prevented the Deputy Minister from delivering his speech on behalf of the government as the council prepared to open their week-long annual meeting. The teachers are demanding that the government fulfills its one teacher, one laptop initiative after making the teachers pay up for them. District Chairman of NAT, Ifijakwabu, Safo Sapon, is spokesperson for the group.
In 2021, teacher unions and government entered into a cost-sharing agreement to supply each teacher a laptop under the one teacher, one laptop policy. Teachers were therefore made to pay 30% of the cost of the laptop, with government paying 70%. Over 2.5 years now, some of our members have not received their laptop. As a result, the three teacher unions declared a strike on it, among other pertinent issues. We hereby call on the NAT national leadership to ensure that the outstanding laptops are supplied by the government immediately.
NAT and two other teacher unions in March this year embarked on a nationwide strike to demand better service conditions. According to the teachers, the absence of these laptops is adversely impacting teaching and learning, especially in remote areas. Some of the local leaders have suffered near attacks from their members.
As recent as just last week or last 2 weeks, when I decided to go run for the BEC monitoring, I was attacked by my teachers. Because I'm the one they voted for, and I'm the one they know as their chairman. So anywhere they see you, they even attack your personality, your dignity. We just came into NAP to serve. We didn't come and soil our image.
So as you know, since some have received and others haven't, the question now is, what are those who have not received? How are they doing their teaching and learning? That is it.
The group has given the government a one-week ultimatum to commence processes of distributing the outstanding consignment of laptops. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Reacting to this development, the Deputy Minister of Education, Professor Kingsley Nyako, said the teachers reacted hastily. He said the ministry had set the month of August to supply the laptops.
Those who had gone out just came in singing and all that. So I kept quiet and I was watching them because I can't fight them. It is their legitimate right to express their dissatisfaction. In as much as the protest is legitimate because they've made part payment, but I also knew that there has been the arrangement to deliver the outstanding laptops. Through what I gathered from the Director General to the Secretary Minister, was to be done, I think, end of August or so. But they didn't allow me to put this information out there. But I want to assure those teachers involved that government will see to the full implementation of that program, and that the outstanding laptops will be provided. But in matters of this, I think we need to also accord each other with dignity. So somebody comes to you, listen to the person. If you listen and how the person says doesn't make sense, then you can react in a way that is more measured. Okay.
Now, President Akufo-Addo says his government is working tirelessly to address the housing needs of security agencies to ensure that they are well equipped to protect the nation. The president made the remarks Tuesday when he addressed a gathering to commission some 3,320 housing unit project at the police training school here in Accra. There's more in the following report.
Akufo-Addo has commissioned 320 housing units constructed at the police training school at Tesana in Accra today. The structures form part of Phase 3 of the broad government scheme to construct units for security agencies across the country. Works and Housing Minister Kojo Oponkrema says the project is a testament of government's resolve to put state funds to judicious use.
In keeping fidelity with the spirit of the promises made on page 25 of his 2016 manifesto, President Akufo-Addo, upon the assumption of office in 2017, commenced efforts to expand the provision of housing in Ghana in general, and in particular for the security services. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the resources which have been raised or borrowed by the Akufo-Addo administration have been put to judicious use in projects such as this and many of the other ones I'm referring to all over the country. And I believe we can give the administration a big round of applause for that.
Also present at the event were Interior Minister Henry Quartey and Inspector General of Police George Akufo-Dampare, who lauded the president for his gesture towards the security agencies.
Mr. President, on your behalf, I want to urge all police officers and other security agencies to continue to work hard to keep our country safe and prosperous.
What a wow. What we are witnessing and seeing today is not the first. The first one, the major one, in addition to all what you have done across the country, is the Domi Kwabrenya one, which you commissioned yourself. And now, the second phase of that is also ongoing. And that is historic, and we will forever be grateful.
Taking his stand to address the gathering, President Akufo-Addo says his government is working tirelessly to address the housing needs of all security services and to ensure they are well equipped to protect the nation.
As we commission these housing units today, I want to remind everybody that this is part of ongoing efforts to improve the living conditions of our security personnel. We will continue to work tirelessly to address the housing needs of all our security services and ensure that they are well equipped to save our nation.
The Works and Housing Ministry says it is poised to continue and complete work on Phase 3 of the construction of housing units for all security services.
Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akufo-Dampare is giving assurances that President's gesture of providing housing unit has boosted the morale of his men who are committed to ensuring peace before, during, and after the upcoming general elections.
What are we committed to, Mr. President? We are committed to going the extra mile to show our appreciation to you by working with the rest of the security agencies to ensure that there is peace, security, law, and order, especially during this election year. And that, Mr. President, we can assure you, we will leave no stone unturned in getting to that destination. And as we do that, Mr. President, we want to assure you two other things. That we will do this by building and not destroying. And we'll do this by uniting within our ranks, within the police service, within our ranks across the other security agencies, and also across all stakeholders, and we will unite without dividing. And when we do all this, and we are able to deliver the elections in a manner that has never happened before in terms of its peace and security, Ghana will continue to be said to be a trailblazer for
in a related development, the President Akufo-Addo has charged newly appointed Deputy Inspector General of Police Service, COP Christian Tete-Yonu, to work as a good team player to enhance the efficacy of the police service. COP Yonu's appointment was met with controversy over the main motive by the President to create what is being described by some experts as a new role within the police service. However, speaking at commissioning ceremony, President Akufo-Addo says he expects the top police chief to act as a team player.
It's not just a testament to our determination to improving the living standards of our security personnel, but also a key step forward in our national quest for enhanced security and safety. In so saying, I'd like to use this platform to congratulate that long-serving, respected law enforcement officer, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yonu, on his elevation to the office of Deputy Inspector General of Police, with responsibility for operations. I have no doubt that, as in the past, Deputy IGP Yonu will be a good team player and contribute his full quota to the flourishing of an effective, efficient police service.
This is still the Joe News Prime. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more. Please don't go away. Welcome back from the break. Let's do tour now. Now, the Minister of State at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Krapah, is advocating for stronger collaboration between the Tema Oil Refinery and the Chinese-owned Central Oil Refinery Limited. He urged both companies to enhance their existing relationship, emphasizing the government's unwavering commitment to supporting local energy value chain companies. Herbert Krapah made these remarks during a familiarization tour of the Tema Oil Refinery, Central and Tropical Cables Limited on his first day in office. My colleague Carlos Caloni has more in this report.
The Minister of State at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Krapah, visited the Tema Oil Refinery, Central Refinery, and Tropical Cables and Conductors Limited on a familiarization tour. He engaged with the management to understand their challenges and prospects. At tour, Krapah assured management of government unwavering commitment to finding a strategic investor to rejuvenate the ailing company.
Tor would work again under our watch. We have tried in the past to get a strategic investor to come in and support Tor, albeit unsuccessfully, but we have plans still. I know that there's some discussions ongoing, but I've come also because that strategic investment should not be an event. There are things that we need, this work that we need to do, which will culminate into this strategic investment, and it's part of the reasons I have come.
The managing director of TOR, Kofi Tego Makumbi, believes a successful negotiation with an investor will revive the crude dissolution unit, CDU, within 3 months.
I see TOR in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, TOR is going to get lit up. We're going to start our plant, we're going to get a CDU started, and we're going to get functioning. In the next 3 years, which will be a systematic process that we start from now, with the CDU, in a year from now, we'll have the IRCC working, we'll have our PRF also working, and that by then, in 3 years, TOR will be running at 60,000 barrels per stream day, and we'll be looking towards expanding the plant into 100,000 barrels per stream day factory.
During a joint meeting with Central Refinery and TOR management, the minister called for stronger collaboration. At Tropical Cables Limited, he assessed production opportunities and challenges. The managing director, Dominic Klotzbach, expressed concerns over unfair competition and urged government intervention.
We need access to finance, we need access to materials, and we need to be protected against predatory imports from manufacturers that have that are unfair in their competition. So we find products in the market that are below cost, which obviously represents a support of their governments, which we cannot match. So we need to have competition on equal terms. So we need to be protected against substandard imports, about imports that are subsidized, and we need to have access to the same resources as our competitors in other countries. And if we have a level playing field, then we can also compete with the same quality at the same cost in the same market.
The Minister of State at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Krapah, assured that the government is committed to addressing concerns about unfair competition from imports.
The impact that they are having on the Ghanaian economy in terms of employment, in terms of revenue generation for government, corporate social responsibility, the GDP contribution to government. I thought it was important to come here and signal government support to them and work closely with them. One of their biggest customers is ECG, and as you know, competition from imports is one of the issues that they have, and it was important that I came to understand firsthand what the problems are, so that we can go back around the table to find some solution around the issue. They have capacity. They've taken me around, as you saw, their factory, the facilities they have significant capacity, and I believe that working with ECG, Gridco, and the rest of the power sector players, we should be able to enhance, the uptake of their capacity beyond what we are currently seeing.
Indeed, a fresh air of hope is blowing among workers at Tema Oil Refinery, Centio and Tropical Cables Limited.
An Accra High Court has ordered lawyers for Nana Appiah Mensah, the embattled CEO of the defunct gold dealership firm Menzgold, to file a witness statement by October 26, 2024. The trial judge stated that a 3-month window is enough for the defense to gather statement from their witnesses and also for prosecution to review them before the case resumes after the impending legal vacation. Namwan's lawyers announced they will call more than 3 witnesses to testify in the ongoing trial. Legal Affairs correspondent Latif Idrisu was in court and has more in this report.
Very straightforward hearing today at the High Court here at the court complex. The sitting judge did not waste time on this at all. We got the prosecution making the case that at the last agenda date, they expected lawyers representing Nana Appiah Mensah to have filed witness statements today. But when they came to court today, there was the prayer to the judge for them to be given enough room to file their witness statement. The judge granted that, but gave a timeline of October 26th, by which time lawyers representing Nana Appiah Mensah are expected to file their witness statements for prosecution to study after the legal vacation, which is now imminent. We all know that Nana Appiah Mensah is currently on a 500 million Ghana cedis bail with 4 sureties. He also so far has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The charges comprises of selling gold without a license, operating a deposit-taking business without a license, inducement to invest, and fraudulent breach of trust and money laundering. He has so far pleaded not guilty, but now a prima facie case has been made against him, and so he's expected to mount the dog to be cross-examined. But he has to file his witness statement. That is what the judge has ordered his lawyers to do on or before October 26th, when the case is recalled here at the court complex. Latif Idris, Joy News, Accra.
Still in court, the chief of Banka, a farming community in the Asante South municipality in the Asante region, has been sentenced to 3 months in jail by an Accra High Court for misappropriating $150,000 meant for community development. The funds donated by the Gold Coast Company in 2010 were intended for essential projects in the deprived community, which lacks basic amenities like toilet facilities. Now, the 65-year-old diverted the funds, depriving the community of crucial development. Judge Comfort K. Tasiame, citing the chief's age, delivered a lenient sentence. Legal Affairs correspondent Latif Idrisu reports.
In the making, 14 years it is, that this trial has been ongoing at the High Court. But today, the case has been settled, judgment delivered. The chief of Banka in the Asante South of the Eastern region, Nana Chiampoma III, has been sentenced and is going to be serving a 3-month jail term. He is also expected to pay a little over 2 million Ghana cedis, failure of which would attract additional 5-year jail term. Simple reason, the chief in question fraudulently allocated for himself some 130 $30,000 donated by Gold Coast Company, an entity operating within that community for developmental purposes. But the chief fraudulently, like I mentioned, allocated the money for himself and denied his people even a single amenity.
The Gold Coast Company pay the amount, $150,000. Yeah, the Gold Coast Company paid the amount. Instead for the chief to give it to the town people to develop the town, he just pocket the money. We call him several times for him to give us the money, or he said that he has received the money. He said no. Any angle we send the man, he said no, he didn't receive any money. Until today, the judge taking the decision that the money belongs to the town, the community. That's why he has sentenced in 3 months.
How did the absence of that money affect the community?
Right now, as I'm talking now, there's no toilet in the town. There's no good drinking water in the town. Even the road is not good. When you go to our town right now, you feel sorry. You feel sorry for the town. The town which have $150,000, and there's no improvement in the town, no development in the town.
All right, time for us to do showbiz, and Becky Bex is here with all the gist you have. Hi, Becky, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Brace?
I'm good.
Today we're talking about Highlife music.
Okay.
What do you know about Highlife music before?
Well, I know Highlife is an authentic Ghanaian genre. And then I know of some of the people who were in there, you know, in the genre, yeah.
So according to Amanzeba, you know Amanzeba, at least, you know Amanzeba, he says that he thinks that we haven't really promoted the Highlife genre enough. He spoke to my colleague, Kwame Daze, on Showbiz A to Z.
Collectively, we seem to have failed. You see, we normally trivialize our heritage, everything. The Chinese can make our kente, they can do anything at all with our own heritage, and then we sit in silence and then keep admiring them. Oh, Charlie, I'm a bomoding, hey, oh, they are doing well. Where we know that we have the thing and must be developed here. It's just like music. When we had Highlife, right from the onset, look, it affected everybody along the coast, even to all the way to Zaire and Congo and those places. Most of the elements that they play, and even take our big stars on African continent, the late Fela Nicola Pokuti, Miriam Bakiba, almost Hugh Masekela. They were here. And Huey loves Highlife to the hilt. I remember we met at Elmina when we were celebrating the abolition of slave trade centenary. Huey was here. And then he met me and says, Charlie, Amanzeba, what are you doing with Highlife? I said, oh, Huey, I'm trying. Don't you hear some of my stuff? He says, yeah, but you're not trying enough, because this is something that is iconic. Manu Dibango has said it to most of our artists he met. Manu is gone, eh? Yeah. You see, he will ask you, he says, they say when he meets them, he says, you people, what are you doing with your Highlife? Listen to some of the Highlife songs that, what's his name? This Cameroonian.
Richard Bonner.
The other time, I saw a Cuban group.
Yes.
Playing,
Mandecan Cubano.
Playing Jedu Bleambule's Cigarettes Man.
Yeah.
No, it tells you that at every point in time, it's not, I don't think it's complacency. I think it is that kind of lethargic feeling that people think that, oh, everything is cool. Then we actually come to the realization that people are actually profiting from.
Yeah.
Well, away from Highlife music, let's talk about movies. Now, this evening on Prime Movie Box, the movie we're recommending to you is The Union.
All right.
Yeah, so I have a dream.
All right, you have a dream.
I have a dream that we see more celebrities endorsing their political parties. But we're grateful for you for staying with us. Please remember to brush your teeth with Pepsodent when you wake up tomorrow morning, this evening as well, with Pepsodent. Because with Pepsodent,
every smile matters. Well, thank you for being a part of us. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. Coming up next year is Pius Kojobaka with Prime Business. Good evening.